Have you ever noticed how in the beginning people spoil you so much? They do so much for you. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new partner, and then there is a point where something changes and they stop doing anything. You start even like trying to chase them more, to do more, but you really don't understand what is happening because these people completely shifted towards you. It might look to you like you didn't change anything, but you did change everything. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what are the mistakes that women make that make people stop spoiling them and how to completely shift the dynamic and make them want to spoil you again or never want to stop spoiling you. So the first mistake that I see a lot is that a woman walks in a room in a certain way with her back straight, her level chin, her spine moving fluidly, and she is poised, elegant, gorgeous. But as soon as she receives the compliments, the privilege, and she gets treated in the right way, she immediately shifts her behavior completely. She becomes careless, she starts moving chaotically, giving too much too soon of herself to everybody. It's almost like she was wearing a mask that she achieved what she wanted with, and then the mask fell. This is what people see. People can feel the strategy. And if the things that you do in order to get spoiled don't become a permanent part of you, this is a strategy. It's not your personality. So when you forget to use the strategy for a moment, the mask falls. And when the mask falls, people start treating you for what they see underneath the mask. And if you go from this flying, beautiful, regal energy to a more normal, mediocre energy, then people will shift also how they treat you. That's why if you want to be the kind of woman that gets the privileges all the time, you have to embody the things that you learn from this. I made several videos of this and I'm gonna link them here, but these things that I tell you, you have to truly learn them and melt them into your identity. This you do by rewiring the beliefs about what you deserve. You can't just let your body be there and play the part on its own. Okay, so in order to do this, you have to truly train your ego to feel entitled. Many of you get angry when I say that you should grow your ego and that you should be entitled, but the thing is that a woman that has been always used to people please and to feel less than someone else and to always leave herself for others, this woman, in order to rewire her identity, she needs a drastic approach. If you are this woman, you do need a bigger ego. You do need to feel entitled, and when you will train yourself to do all of this, you will become confident. Even though maybe becoming confident for someone else means simply, okay, carry yourself like this, and then suddenly you feel it in yourself. Okay, it can work for a person that was raised by parents that gave them confidence, but it will not work for someone that was not raised with that privilege, because confidence is also privilege. People teaching you to be confident, it is a privilege. Most women are not like that. Most women were always taught that whatever they do for themselves is selfish. Whatever they do for others is the bare minimum. Also, since every situation is so different and you guys always request me to make these coaching sessions, then I decided to finally open it to offer the service of helping you personally in a video call and to work on your specific situation. I prepared a form that you have to fill up in order for me to know exactly what is going on before even the call starts. So not a second of your time will ever be wasted, because I always wanted to feel fully taken care of and fully respected. So I want to give you the more I can in that 1 hour, and if you are ready to rewire whatever is holding you back, then I am here for you. You have the link down below and I will put it also in the bio. Another mistake I see a lot is many women, they think that they are acting mysterious and magnetic, but they are just looking sad and depleted of energy, or even too cold and angry. This I mostly see in the comments because many of you girls tell me how you act mysterious and you are unapproachable, but somehow instead of getting privilege, you get ignored. That's because there is a big difference between being magnetic and mysterious and just being cold. Being magnetic and mysterious is the result of doing your own thing, living in your own mental bubble, and not caring about anything about what people will think, who will judge, who is looking. That with feline composure. What I call feline composure is being relaxing to look at, not chaotic, not sudden movements, not this energy of urgency. When you have this feline composure and you act from a place of I don't care about what anybody else is doing, that is magnetic and is very different than cold, because when you just act cold, it's almost like you hold yourself too stiff. You are not moving fluidly, you are just moving stiffly, like you're anxious. Almost like either you are super sad or you are scared. This is not magnetic because instead of radiating that magical energy, you are blocking it with your body. You are literally stiffening your body and blocking the energy inside. That's why I suggest you to stop thinking too much about your own behavior or how your behavior comes across with other people. What are other people thinking about you? Who is there? Who is seeing? Focus only on your posture, on the way that you carry your body, and especially train yourself when nobody's watching. Train your body to move with grace, so the moment that you need to move with grace in front of a certain person that has to give you that privilege, it will come naturally. But whatever you do, stop overanalyzing how you come across. Stop overanalyzing every movement, every reaction, because that will stiffen your body more and more. And magnetic women are magnetic and they are spoiled because it doesn't look like they are trying to be magnetic. This is the whole thing. But another reason why you might be missing out on privileges is because you act from desperation, not from privilege. Because privilege creates more privilege. Desperation makes people want to just get rid of you. You need to act from, I know that you will get me that because this is what I always get. This is what is normal for me. And if desperation ever worked, if someone just by being desperate they would get what they want, there would be no such a thing like luck in the world. Nobody would just not get what they want because they would just get desperate and someone immediately handling them something. But it doesn't work like that. And that's why no matter how big is the privilege that you need to act as if it's obvious that someone is gonna get you that. It's just normal for you. Actually, some days ago I needed a huge privilege because I was in the airport and I had this intercontinental flight and my suitcase was severely overweight. And usually the price for this is extremely high for intercontinental flights, and I managed to get the privilege with this exact technique. I was thinking, should I use the desperation card or should I use the pretty privilege card? I really didn't know because in the airport it's always a delicate kind of matter, but in the end I used my privilege card and I said clearly to the person that I needed this suitcase to not be charged simply because I tried on the website to purchase one more and it was not allowing me. And then I simply asked the guy to let me go without charging me because I had my things that were necessary to take with me, so I genuinely needed his help. And the person did everything in their power to help me. They even asked a superior that said no, and then they convinced this superior just in order to help me. The previous time that I had this problem, I acted from desperation. I started crying, I started saying how I didn't have this money, I couldn't spend this money right now, this and that. And guess what? They didn't care. Because you have to create a situation where the person feels good about themselves giving you what you ask for, not feel bad about themselves if they don't give it to you. Another huge mistake I see is that many women try to be charming and to behave in a certain way around the people they want to be spoiled by, but they behave completely differently around everybody else. For example, when a woman wants to seduce a man and around the man she is extremely poised and has all this aura around her, but then as soon as her best friend comes, she starts screaming, running, moving chaotically, and it's like a switch goes on and everything in her changes. Now, nothing is wrong with being yourself with your best friend and behaving like this when you are alone with her and wherever, but when you do this switch in front of someone, now that person will see you as she is doing this in order to seduce me or to get something from me. So they see everything like a mask, and the mask falls. It's the same concept like before. And this is the whole problem. They don't see this as part of your identity anymore. They see it simply like you trying to seduce them. And this is where he will stop spoiling you, because he will not see the value anymore. He will see a performance. And another version of this is when a woman feels intimidated by another woman that is also getting privileges and is also getting spoiled. And the moment that this other woman enters the room, you can see how her discomfort arises, the side eye, the way she checks who is doing what for her, and she starts feeling like this other woman is stealing her privilege from her. This is subtle, but it signals to people that you are replaceable and that your privilege doesn't belong to you by default, but it's just situational, that you were just happening to get this type of treatment, but you are not used to it, that you have to work hard for it, and that this woman could sabotage it if she wanted to, or if only someone gives her more attention. And if you do this, then it will happen. But nothing is more attractive than a woman that is not intimidated by anybody, that knows that privilege, attention, and any kind of help belongs to her just because of who she is. Not because of the situation, because the manipulation, because this and that. No, this is just who you are and how everybody treats you all the time. And that's it, that's just your reality. And also, if you're a privileged woman, I suggest you to be friends with women that are very privileged as well. Because these are the only women that are actually going to be your friends for real, that are not going to pray for your downfall, and that you can actually enjoy the privilege together. That is going to be the best kind of friendship that you can find with someone. Because if you're friends with someone that doesn't have privileges, and you do have privileges, then those women will always resent you and they will always be secretly praying for your downfall. So stay safe and be surrounded by women that are privileged as well. And if you can, learn from them. That's what I always try to do. Another big mistake that women make is when someone doesn't spoil you, you try to prove to them that you're special, you do more to impress them, to be more likable. But this ruins your privilege even with the people that are seeing this. A woman that is used to be spoiled, she moves according to her standards, not according to what someone is supposed to be doing in a certain moment. So when her standards are not being met, when she's not getting spoiled how she is used to be spoiled, she simply doesn't go after that person. She lives her life and she pulls away. She's still polite, but she's not doing extra effort to impress them, to show them that she's worth being spoiled. She also understands that some people will simply not spoil her and will not treat her right, simply because there are people that genuinely hate stereotypes like us. There are women that they know our power and they see it as a threat instead of working on their power too. There are men that hate women with privileges because they wish they were a woman with privileges. And there are literally thousands of people that simply resent us for being who we are. So these people, not only they will never spoil us or treat us right, they will also try to ruin our privilege by ruining our mood, by making us angry and rude. And you should never give them the power to do this to you. Another mistake is when you forget that the person spoiling you is spoiling you for how it makes them feel, not how it makes you feel. And the moment that they're spoiling you, they are trying to get this dopamine hit of seeing the happiness on your face. If you react with over gratitude or over reciprocation, you ruin this dopamine spike that they're having and you replace it with some awkwardness. So never say this is too expensive, you really shouldn't have, or try to pay them back immediately. Simply show gratitude, a smile, show genuine emotion. This is what they are looking for in that moment. They're not looking for you to do the same for them, because if they really wanted that, they would have rather did that for themselves. If you really feel very overwhelmed at that moment, you can remind yourself that they are doing this because of the way it makes them feel and that you are worth of that. The reason why something comes to you is because they thought of you, they wanted to do that for you, and now everybody's happy. You're not stealing anything from them, you are just giving them back exactly what they wanted, your appreciation. You can do something for them later, in another moment. You can do a gesture or buy them a gift, whatever you want, but they should never be able to connect their gesture with your gesture. They should feel like you're doing this because they're special for you, not because you feel in debt with them. And another way in which women ruin the dopamine high that the giver has while spoiling them is constantly micromanaging how they are getting spoiled. So not only this person takes you on a date to a nice restaurant and all of this, but you start saying how the restaurant is not the one you wanted, how the route is shorter over there, and everything is like wrong, this is that, let's do it somewhere else, let's change. No, the person that is spoiling you wants to feel capable of making you happy, of creating a good atmosphere. They want to feel capable and good about themselves. They are not trying to do an audition and feeling like they are failing, because this is what is coming across from this behavior. Okay, so when you're getting spoiled, let that person manage the situation, decide how to spoil you, and let them organize the things. All that is your job in this situation is making the person feel happy for their choice of spoiling you, not someone else, not investing their time in whatever other thing, but in you. So they leave feeling happy that they spoiled you and they want to do it again. The only job you have is giving them the psychological reward of spoiling you. And another way to ruin the dopamine high of the person that is giving to you is making them feel like they are basically doing charity. Because you have to think about the act of spoiling as a high status, regulated act towards a person that they feel very comfortable around. They want more of their comfortable energy to be around them, and therefore they're paying for the energy with an action that will keep that person happy, so they can keep having that energy to spread towards the giver. But if the moment they spoil you, you take it like an invitation to trauma dump, to start saying, but oh my god, nobody ever did this to me, thank you so much, I needed this so badly, this means so much to me, and nobody would ever do this for me, this and that, and I see a lot of this. I actually have a person in my life that does this a lot, and that's why I'm bringing this out. This simple act transforms you from the woman that they are idealizing to the woman that they are doing charity for. So now, instead of feeling this admiration towards you, they're feeling pity. They're not trying to know about your childhood trauma or about your financial issues, about why you cannot afford what they did for you. They want to feel like they have access to you, to your energy, and that they feed that energy that you have in yourself in a way that contaminates them as well with that energy. And the last mindset shift that I want to leave you with is that the moment that you actually start getting spoiled everywhere and you carry yourself with this regal energy, with this regal body language, you will start feeling a little bit arrogant. But the thing is that having this self-possessed body language is just about the standards you have for yourself. It's not arrogance. Because arrogance is when you are trying to make other people feel small. But what you do with your body is not making people feel small. It's just something that has only to do something with you. And if someone ever feels small or feels uncomfortable around you, it's just because they are comparing themselves to you, not because you are doing something wrong. So when this feeling arises, you hold on and you remind yourself that you are just treating yourself the way that you want to be treated by others, and that your life being easier is not making anybody's life more complicated. Okay? And I love you all so much. I will talk to you in the comments as usual. And if you need personalized help, I will be there for you in the link down below. You can fill the form, and I will see you later, and I will see you in the next video.